Good morning, it's Jim in beautiful Beaverton, Oregon. Today is the 9th of June. Kind of like semi-overcast, not a bad day really, kind of like what we get around here on the 9th of June. A couple weeks ago though, we had a real warm spell and the temperature got close to 100. It made us think about what you have to do to protect yourself from warm weather. So today, I thought I would go over one of the main things you can do when the weather is really warm. I should add, without doing anything, if it's 80 degrees out there, it will be 120 degrees in here easily. So you got to do something. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk about shade cloth. And not just shade cloth, it comes in all different kinds. You can look, I'll point, there's a 90% shade cloth there. Up here is a 60% shade cloth. And over here we got a 70% shade cloth. I'm sort of ad-libbing this. Anyhow, I have a system here whereby I can put these up and back without very much effort because they're on steel cable. So I want to show you how this works. Up here is a 60%. In the summertime, we would probably leave this up all the time because you're always going to want it. And then over here, this is a little newer. We just put this in when they automated it.
No.
Oh, I can do something. Before I do this, let me show you what happens when we run a 90% across. If it gets really, really hot and you got no other choice, you can go across with a 90%. It seriously darkens it up. If we did the other half, you would see it would be pretty dark, and you can actually feel the temperature go down when you do that. We don't run this too often. If it's going to be over 90 degrees out, you got to think about it in the afternoon. Anyhow, over here, this is a 70%. So anyhow, this is the way we would normally be in the summertime. And let me show you just a little bit here. So shade cloth, most shade cloth comes with grommets in it here, and that's how we're hanging them up, is with grommets. You can order them in any shape or size you want. These particular ones I think I ordered, if I remember rightly, in 2 different pieces, and they work pretty good, and they're not much more expensive than just getting shade cloth. So that's something you should think about. But we have steel cables right there, and this is what they call a turnbuckle, which is right here. So what we're doing is taking a hook such as this, screwing that into the wall down there, and then we're hooking cable to it. 1/16 inch aircraft cable is what they call it, but it's 16-inch steel cable. This is the little ferrules we use to connect it. You can also use, they have little tiny little clamps with nuts on it you can use too. But if you hook that to that and hook that turnbuckle in, if you see how a turnbuckle works, as you screw it this way, it's getting bigger or going out. So when you put it up, you want it all the way out, such as that. Then you get the wire as tight as you can, you hook it in there, hook on the clamps, and there you are, and then you turn this and it's all going to tighten up. You trust me on that. I'm going the wrong way. I don't. One way or another, you go, it will tighten up, and that will bring this thing relatively taut. It's not like, oh my God, taut, but you know, relatively taut. You can do that, and you see the one over here. There's one up on the peak, and then another one down at the top of the wall line. So it's actually at a 40, whatever degree that is. I think it's 33 or something like that. And I have that up high because the plants grow there. You'll see the 90 bend comes across below it. And the idea is none of them touch each other. So anyhow, let me show you one more thing. If you run these on these cables long enough, you're going to cut a hole in your grommet. And if you do that, or if you want to change, or if you even want to make it some stretch, you need to make grommets. So they make a thing, this is what's called a grommet kit from General Tool Company. I'm not real fond of it, quite frankly. Parts of it you can't do without. But the punch here is garbage, so you need to buy a set of punches. This piece of wood you're supposed to pound on is garbage, so you need something else. First time you hit it, it will break. You need to buy or have something such as this. Now this is plastic. Cut your hole in. I cut this hole in the house because I didn't want to make a bunch of noise out here. But if you go to do a grommet, so you're going to turn her over, you want a grommet there, you're going to take that out. This is for 1/2 inch. They have a 1/2 inch and it's a 3/8 in here. Either one really works. I generally use the 1/2 inch. Put this together. So here's your grommet. They come in 2 pieces, flat piece and a kind of a cone piece. So this piece is going to go, this piece is going to go there. And then you're going to put the grommet over here like so, for the 2 pieces. These are already put together. And then you put that on there like so. Then you take that, and you whack it. Like so. If you discover you haven't got it good enough, that needs to be hit just a little more. This table's not very good for this. I prefer to do it on concrete. There, that's better. And there you have it. Anyhow, that's how you make a grommet, and what will happen is this will cut a hole right through these grommets, and then you're going to need a new one to just pick another place and put a grommet in. The last thing I want to do today is tell you the tip of the day, which is if you buy aluminum grommets, which I did the first time I did this, like there's one up there, the wire will cut through those and absolutely nothing flat, like they're just like butter. So if you're buying grommets, make sure you got brass grommets. They just look like brass and they will last you longer. So I will see you next time.